Hello everyone, welcome to part 209 of Advanced Ecom series in Laravel 8. So we have finished the cancel order process. Okay, so we can move this point to the done points and we'll start the next point, that is return order process. Okay, so now we are going to work on the return order functionality for our Laravel e-commerce website. Okay, so see, if you have seen in Amazon, like we have seen the cancel process in Amazon last time. So now I'm going to show you the return process, return how to return the item in Amazon website, and the same thing we are going to integrate in our Laravel e-commerce website. Okay, so I have recently purchased something from Amazon, some kind of that showpiece kind of thing. Okay, so that product just recently delivered to me. So return will only activate here. You can see the return item. So the return will only activate when the status will get update to delivered. Okay, you can see the status here. It's the delivered status. Okay, so one thing I want to tell you, like in the cancel process, if we will go to the orders, we can see the view details in our e-commerce website. You can see the cancel order highlighted for the new orders. When the status is new, cancel order means user can avail the cancel order feature. But when the order will get delivered, then there, instead of cancel, here the return order will appear. Cancel order will not appear because the product has been delivered to the customer. So we will add the condition, like if whenever the status will update to delivered, then we are going to show the return order tab. So that will work in the same way like the cancel order is working, select reason. So the return will also work in the same way, like it will show the reason, that it will ask the user why the user want to return the item. Okay, so there are several reason. From one of the reason that user can able to select. Okay, so we are going to follow like this approach. Like whenever the status update to delivered, then we are going to show the return item. So before this one here, cancel is appearing, but now the return is appearing. So I'm going to click on here return. I'm not going to return this one, just going to show you. Okay, see, I will click on return. See, here you can see choose item to return. So here you can see the item has come up here, and the return reason, that why do you want to return. See, if there are more than one item, then it will show the another item as well. Okay, then it will show you the another item, multiple items. So the same kind of thing we are going to do. The process will remain the same, but there is layout is different, that we are going to follow with our own layout we are going to make. Okay, so these reasons we are going to add for the return as well, like product damage but shipping okay, item arrived too late, missing part or accessories, both product and shipping box damage, wrong item was sent, item defective or does not work. Okay, so these kind of reason we can display. So whenever, like if the product is damaged, if the product reaches to you in the damaged form, then you will select the reason product damaged but shipping box okay, like this. Okay, you can also add the additional comment, but we will see that we are not required to do that much, but these reasons are simply fine. Item arrived too late, see here we can select this one. Okay, missing part or accessories we can select like this. Missing part, if some part is missing, then we can select this option. So you can give more details here. Comments required, they have made this field mandatory as well. Okay, so we can give this option. Also we can give this option if required. It depends upon you, that you want to give additional, you want to ask the additional details from the user or not. Okay, but this field is mandatory. So we are going to make such kind of, say, the similar kind of return functionality. And once the return is done, once the customer make the return request, that request will reach the admin panel, and the admin will going to approve or reject that request. Okay, so that thing also we are going to do. So complete return process we are going to work on in this. Okay, so first of all we are going to start working on making the table, because all the returns will go in one table. We are going to create the table like return underscore request, and there are few fields that we require, like ID, order ID, user ID, product ID, code, return reason, return status. Okay, so we are going to create the table return underscore request with the help of migration, and after that we will add few dummy entries with the help of Seeder as well. And then we are going to make here the return order tab. Okay, for the delivered orders, once the customer will click on return order, then here we are going to show two options, not one. One is we will show the items, like if there is only one item, then we are going to show the one item. If there are more than one item, then we are going to show here the that number of item. We can show the drop down as well, or we can show the radio button as well. It's our choice. Okay, so that thing also. And if you want to show the comment box, then it's your option that you want to show the comment box. Okay, then you can also show the comment box here for the user to send the more details. Okay, so let's start. Let's work on this one. First of all, we are going to create the table with the help of migration. So I'm going to run the command here. We'll right click on ecom6. This is the Mac operating system, so I need to do it like this. You know how to run your commands in Windows. Okay, so here I'm going to run php artisan make migration uh, create return requests table. Okay, create return request requests. Okay, fine. So we have created this file. Sorry, this one is not required. I'm going to open my project here. Okay, so here, see, I am going to open that file that we have just created with migration, create a return request table. Okay, so here we are going to add the fields that we require, like we require order ID. Okay, so order ID is required because that we will pass as the hidden field. Okay, customer is not required to fill its order ID. Okay, so user ID as well. User ID also we will pass of our own, and product ID. Okay, so product ID, the user is going to select its product ID, but it can be similar, so we are going to pass the product code as well, SKU. Okay, SKU of the product. So here we are going to take the string. So return reason. Okay, so we will ask the user to select the return reason, uh, why the user want to return. Okay, and then return status. Okay, return status. Okay, so there is yeah, return status we can make it like enum. Okay, we can use the predefined, because there are only few return status that can happen, like pending, approved, rejected. So earlier when the return request will make, it will be pending, then the admin can either approve or reject this return request. Okay, so one more is I think it will be fine, like we can give the comment field as well if we require. So simple 255 character comment field is enough. Okay, comment we will also add. Okay, so you can see the order ID, user ID, product code, return reason, return status. So status can be pending, approved, rejected. And one more field we have added, that is comment. User can give the comment. Any option user can select, but user can give the comment. It is similar to the Amazon. Okay, so we are going to follow the Amazon process. Okay, so there the comment was there. Initially I thought that it is not required, but let's do it in the same way. Okay, so now we are going to create this table with the php artisan migrate command. You all know, I think, now php artisan migrate. See, now we have reached, this is the 209th video, so I don't think that I need to tell you the much about the migration and seeder command. If you are following from the first video, then I hope that you know all this command very well. Okay, if you have not started from the first video, if you straight away come this video, then you will surely face issues. So it's always good if you will start from the first video. Okay, fine. So we are going to check here. Sorry, we can remove this one. Yeah, sorry, what I'm doing here. So here I'm going to check whether our table has been created. Return request. Here we can see the table has been created now with all the required fields. Okay, ID, order ID, int, user ID int, product ID int, product code varchar, return region varchar, return status none, with these predefined status. Okay, comment varchar, created and updated at. Okay, so all the fields are fine. Okay, so now we are going to move further with, now we are going to create the model as well for this return request table. Okay, so let's create the model. php artisan make model return request. Okay, so now we will create the seeder command for adding one dummy value. Okay, so for that we are going to create php artisan make seeder, and here we will add return request table seeder. Okay, so we are going to open this file, return request table seeder, and here first of all we are going to attach that, going to include that model use app return request. That's why we have created the model earlier to this step. Okay, return request. See, now again I want to tell you one thing, that we have not added models here because we have upgraded this project from Laravel 6 to Laravel 7, then to Laravel 8, and whenever we upgrade the project, then models will remain same where they are located. Whenever we install new project in Laravel 8, then there will be the models folder, but otherwise the model folder never exists, never come into exist if we upgrade the project. Okay, so you need to find out where your models are located. If it is located inside models folder, if you are just install the Laravel 7 or 8, then you need to do it like this. Okay, otherwise it is fine. So here public, so here we need to add the dummy entries that we want. Okay, so we are going to add the query here, like dollar return return request records. So we are going to add the few records here. I can make it small here like this. Okay, so here we are going to add something like ID. Okay, order ID, user id. Okay, so product id, like we can give all as one. Okay, as this is the dummy entry, id is one, order id is one, user id is one, product id is one. Okay, so product code we will add something like we have added earlier, like for blue casual t-shirt, what code we have added, bt001. Okay, something like bt001. Okay, so we can add bt001, later on we will update. Okay, return reason, return reason, we can add something quality is not good. Okay, we will add those reasons that I have shown you in Amazon, one of the reason. Okay, so we can also pick from there. Okay, return reason that we have seen there. You can go Amazon, your orders. Okay, so here see return items, and we can pick the reason from here, like product damage but shipping box. Okay, item arrived too late, this one is also fine, item arrived too late. Okay, so we can add this reason like item arrived too late, this is the dummy reason. So this reason we will add whenever we will work further. Okay, so return status is pending, so first of all the return status will be pending. Okay, so that is done. So fine, if you want to add any more then we can add, otherwise this is enough for now. Okay, so now we can just simply return the request. Okay, so insert dollar return request record, so that is done. So now one more thing we need to do, we will update at the database seeder like we used to do all the time. So here just simply we will call this request database seeder. Okay, here, so now we are going to run the few commands here, first of all we need to run the composer dump auto load, composer dump auto load. Okay, so this one will take few seconds. Done. Now we will run php artisan dbc to add one dummy entry. It's done. Now check once. We will go here and we'll see the dummy entry has come up here. Okay, but we are left with one column. Okay, so this also we require to fill up as well, like comment. Okay, if see, comment is something like you can make it mandatory or you can make it optional, it depends upon you. Okay, any command you can add here, like item right, like the description if customer want to add some longer text. Okay, item right too late, it comes on, it must come on this date but it comes on this days, the delay is around 6 days. Okay, 6 days delay. Okay, so something like this. Okay, so right now I left it empty. Okay, but if you want to run more, if you want to add more entries, then you can simply make comma and you can add more like this. Okay, so this is the seeder for you, and we able to create the table, added one dummy entry. Now we must move to here. In the next video we are going to add the return order tab. We will update the status to delivered and we'll make it return tab. Then we will make the model pop up, and then reason for return will come. Okay, and then those attributes, those SKUs we want to show here the ordered products, okay, in drop down, and also the reason that we have seen in Amazon. So here the instead of cancel order, return order will come. So once we will click on that, once the user will click on that, then the return request will get placed, that will reach the admin panel. Okay, so a few things we are going to do in next video, so stay tuned for that. And if you have any query, you can surely ask me. So that's all for now. Have a nice time. Goodbye.